You know, you have to do a thumbnail, so okay, I think that should be enough time for the thumbnail to save. So I just wanted to talk about Adrienne Slays real quick and how she has mastered the art of YouTube. This lady goes live strictly to get monetized views on her videos, and she does not do a thing, okay? She makes sure she gets 1,000 views on her videos, and she goes about her business and she gets paid. Now, this is not something that everybody can do. I feel like in order to be successful on YouTube, you have to build your fan base. You have to be able to build your brand and have people that are willing to watch your videos, and you get to that certain point. But for her, it's literally just let me turn on my camera and get paid. Like, that's it. She can turn her camera around and literally get the views. She doesn't have to talk about anything. But the thing about it is that she's so, because she's been on here for so long, she's Beloved's sister. Um, Beloved has disowned her. She does not have anything to do with her. This lady has been evicted after evicted after evicted. She's mentally ill. She's paranoid. She feels as though people are after her. And, this, she's also a mooch. She lives off of men that she dates, so she doesn't do anything but go live on YouTube. So with that being said, her life is sad. It's really sad, and it's also quite an eye-opening experience, especially as a woman who doesn't have children yet. I'm gonna say yet, but she's 52, I believe. I believe she just turned 52. Um, this woman isn't somebody that you would want to be like. But I would think that at some point in her life, she probably was someone to look up to. But I feel like at this present time in her life, she's almost crashing. Um, I just pray that she gets to a point where she can self sustain without having to depend on anybody. So I do think that she's in a good place where she can rely on her YouTube fame and become something greater than what she is if she puts her best foot forward. But I don't think that the way that it looks, I feel like depending on this man that she is with, I think she could possibly, if he doesn't marry her, make her a housewife, give her something sustainable. I'm a little, I'm wary for her, and I feel like this is a part of her brand, though, because it gets the people watching, it gets the people wanting to know what's the next thing that's gonna happen. So right now, I notice that a lot of people, they make commentary about her, and they might not, they're coming from a place, I feel like a lot of people that do make commentary on her are not, they're not all the way wrapped up too tight. There's a lot of people that also are dealing with things, and they put their feelings too deep involved with this woman. Um, they get too deep with her, and I feel like they need to separate themselves from the situation because their flag is showing as well. But for me, I feel like I'm coming in as somebody who sees the bigger picture, somebody who's not having hatred for this woman, because a lot of people, they literally hate her, but I don't feel like there's a reason to hate this woman. We can look at her and learn from her situation and say, okay, I cannot be nothing like this woman. I don't want to be like her. I want to have my own. I want to have something sustainable that I can call my own, and then have a partner that we can come together, and he could treat me and I could treat him. So for Adrienne, I find that she is a mooch. She lives off of men. And these men aren't trying to build with her. They're not trying to do anything with this woman other than utilize her for whatever she can do. to please them. You know, I watched her for years. All she did was go on dates after dates after dates. Yeah, she might have had a man at one time, but it didn't go nowhere. So just like the guy that she used to date in Florida, I really wish Jasmine Reacts was still on here because she was really good. So the guy that she used to date in Florida moved her into his home, but then after they broke up, she had to get out. So it's like, what are you just coming to live with these men for, and you don't have nothing? You letting them buy the milk before, what is it? Put the cart before the horse. You know, you giving them what they need right now. They're not gonna. They already know what to expect when it comes down to it. You know, you don't have no mystery to you. They already know what's up there. They already know what you can do. So for the new guy she's with, Rax, I'm watching it. This man is probably about 20 years younger than her. He has two kids, an 18-year-old daughter, and I forgot how old she said the son was, but he's young. He just left his baby mother, the comfort, his home for Adrienne, and now they're moving in to a new home. I am going to watch this story. I have a cold, excuse me. I am going to watch this story. I'm very, very, I'm happy for her that she's found love. I just, for her sanity and for her sake, hope that he marries her so that she has protection, because she's 52 years old, not married, no children, moving in with a young man who's in his 20s or however old he is. He's 20 years younger than her though. Who has two children, who's newly single. So she's coming in as a grown, seasoned, aged woman who she be having hot flashes, knee issues, back this, that, there. Like, you can't drop it like these young girls now. But so you up against the younger crowd, and you're dealing with a man who's young, and she claims he got all these fancy cars, so he's out there. So you, as a grown woman, seasoned in your 50s, moving in with this young dude who got kids, who she say is a hot boy, you're coming up against these younger women who are tighter, who can drop it low, who can pick it back up and not have no problems. So what exactly are you bringing to the table as a grown woman? You're like, you could say your looks, but then again, like, these young women is cute too. These young women is fine too. So aside from the looks, what are you bringing to the table in this relationship? Are you prepared to be the stepmother to his children? That's one. Are you prepared to make breakfast in the morning for those babies? Are you prepared to be a role model to his 18-year-old daughter? These 18-year-old new Gen Z kids, they're not like you was when you was 18. They're much more advanced because of social media. These kids, they don't play no games either. And especially if their mother is still a good woman and their mother's still in the picture. Are you prepared to watch those children while Rax goes to work? That's the real deal. When you in the house alone with those kids and you got to make breakfast, you got to make sure they brush their teeth, you got to bathe them. Are you prepared to be a stepmother? Can you bend down, pick it up? Can you take them to the park? Is Rax going to leave you his car? Like, that's what I want to know. I want to know, is Rax going to leave you his vehicle when he goes to work, so that you could take the kids to the park, or you could bring them to school in the morning? Because depending on the schedule, Rax is going to have to go to work. You're going to have the kids. Maybe he takes them for a week, however the custody is. Maybe he takes the kids for a week and gives his baby mother a break. Are you prepared to watch those babies while Rax goes to work? I don't know. So these are questions you got to be ready for. You got to be ready for this, Adrienne. So I just going to sit back and watch how this plays out. I just hope for the best. And this is the good thing about Adrienne. She knows how to utilize her platform, because we're going to watch just to see what the next step is in this life of Adrienne. We done seen her crash out on her house guests when she lived in Florida. We done seen her beat up Like we done seen Adrienne in so many situations. We saw her when she was with her $1 million sister, her mogul sister, when her sister was her best friend at one point. We saw that. But now they're not talking. And it seemed like after Adrienne tried to set her sister up to release a tape against her sister, it seemed like everything just went downhill for her. So I really want to see Adrienne win. I want to see where she's going to end up. So yes, so we do watch because we want to see where she's going to end up. What's going to happen in the saga of Adrienne? We done seen her be homeless in her car. We done seen her kicked out of a beautiful what was it, Fort Lauderdale apartment in Florida. We done seen her fight the landlord, fight everybody when she lived in Boca. We've seen her go through so many life's changes. And I think the most severe was her living in her car. I feel like that was it. But now she moved back home. She's in Wisconsin. And first she was living with her mother. That didn't work out because her and her mother doesn't get along. Then she was living with her aunt, Raynette. And something happened along those lines. Who knows what? But, we just like to watch, and it's not that we're watching for a train wreck. I really want to see her win. And it's like a prerequisite of what not to do with your life when you're watching Adrienne, because she doesn't have anything that anybody else would want, but because we've grown with her. Because I remember when I used to watch her many years ago, and this is when she got her BBL. I was watching her, and I was such a young girl, and I was just watching her because she was cool. She was outspoken. She had this blonde hair. That's the first time I met her online, when she was wilding out on a taxi driver in Dominican Republic when she got her BBL, tummy tuck, all that stuff. And I was like, who is this grown lady acting like this? I thought it was funny because I was a young girl at that time, but now I sit as a woman in my womanhood, still in my youth, knowing what I want out of life and pursuing what I want out of life and being who I am. I can look at Adrienne and say, that's not ever what I want to be. That's not ever what I want to do in my life. And what can I do to solidify myself and to stand in my femininity, but being an independent woman, still being beautiful, feminine, and knowing that I have options, but keeping myself, preserving my body, and being a lady at the same time. It's not about what you do, but it's how you do it. And I feel like the way that she goes about things, like she has a man. She was looking on her last video. She was like, oh, I need to hit up this guy because he just won a lottery. Ma'am, you have a whole man, a working man. Why are you trying to hit up a guy who just won a lottery? Adrienne, let's be for real. You need to solidify. You need to show Rax that he has something good. Give him a reason to come home every night and be happy. Please your man and stop being loosey-goosey out here talking about you ready to get on the back of his motorcycle. You are a 52-year-old grown woman with bad knees, all this arthritis and all this back and forth, this, that, and the third. You done fell down, but you're trying to get on the back of somebody's motorcycle? You got this man who's working, and this is what you want to do while he's at work? Come on. So yes, let's sit back and watch what is going on with Adrienne, because this is entertainment, okay? And this is what she does to get her views. So let's sit back and watch, and let's see what's going on, guys. So with that being said, I want everybody to have a blessed day, everybody. Have a blessed day. Put your best foot forward and continue to shine. Bye, everybody. And if you're new here, please subscribe to my channel. I'll be back later.